So why Southeast Asia, not America? Well, my number one reason is cost of living. Hey guys, Jimmy H here. Just strolling in the park right here on a sunny afternoon, and want to talk to you a little about if you guys have any ideas where you want to live post retirement. As for me, I don't think America is the place to be. Not necessarily not it's not good or bad. It's just for me in general. I believe the cost of living is skyrocketed to the point where you can't really live off a retirement income unless you have saved up through your career and and whatnot. So I'm looking abroad for myself. I'm looking abroad, looking towards the Vietnam region. I am Vietnamese, so the language barrier will not be an issue for me. Many say the Philippines is because they speak English over there. So that's another not opportunity, but that is another option to go to the Philippines. And I myself like the Philippines myself. Never been to the country, but I know a lot of Filipinos, and they're very, very welcoming, and their culture is very like happy and whatnot. Don't really fight among themselves, and always in general happy people. All right, guys. Found myself a shady area, so it's a bench. I'm just gonna chill for a bit. So why Southeast Asia, not America? Well, my number one reason is cost of living. Cost of living in America is way too high, way, way, way too high. Um, I mean, I've been saving throughout my career. I've been doing great financially. I have rental properties and whatnot. But even with all that, I don't think I'll be living a very comfortable retirement life if I do stay in America. I'm from California. Cost of living in California is sky roof, and like a one house rental, a couple bedroom apartment can run you $2,000 to $3,000. That's just ridiculous, right? And so I just don't see myself being able to live comfortably in my retirement years. I'm working now, that's why I am feeling, okay. But once the income stops and you're relying on your either passive income or your savings and whatnot, it's not going to be comfortable. So that's why I choose Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia, one, its cost of living is 10 times less. You can survive just on, Social Security alone. Social Security can vary between people to people, but say like you get 2,000 or 4,500, and yeah, you can live off just that without anything extra. And in America, I can't. Sorry, but I can't say I can live up 2,500 a month um, anywhere, even in the low cost living areas. Still, that's 2,500 is really like living on top of ramen noodles and beans and rice, per se. You cannot live comfortably. But in Southeast Asia, any country, I chose Vietnam because I'm Vietnamese and I plan to visit other countries while I am slow traveling over there. Once I retired, but any country around there, it's gonna be much less than America, right? So your cost of living will be way, way less. Next reason is just the culture in general between the American culture and the Asian culture. Asian culture is more hospitality is much greater. They treat you like family. Not to say that American culture does not, but they don't. If you have what they want, then they'll treat you good. If you don't, then pretty much you're like a stranger to them. Not to say that Asian culture is not like that, but I know for firsthand because I am Asian that they don't treat you like dirt if you don't have money. Another reason why I think Southeast Asia is where I would retire is just there's a personal preference. This is basically the market life, just walking down and enjoying exotic food at pennies on the dollars. And Vietnam, where I'm planning to stay, is right by the beach, Da Nang, paradise to me. Kind of like Hawaii, but Hawaii is kind of expensive in a sense. So um, yeah, just in general, my preference is that, right? Slow travel would be a another reason why I want to live in Southeast Asia in retirement. Um, I can travel from Cambodia to Thailand to Laos to Vietnam, to Japan to China. Slow travel, right? Cost of living in most of those regions will be significantly lower, like I mentioned earlier. So, so yeah, cost of living is definitely a factor in all my decisions here to go Southeast Asia and retire. But slow travel, actually want to travel the world before I leave this world, right? So in order for me to be able to slow travel, I need to live in an area that cost of living is a lot cheaper. I can't I can't be paying my 80% of my income to housing expenses and expenses in general, and just have 20% to save, right? So I need the opposite. I want to be able to live off 20% and use the 80% to travel. So in order to do that, Southeast Asia is the only place to be.